boy from the airport, and we figured we got a long ride, so might as well make the most of it by filming a podcast. How are you feeling, Dak?
I'm feeling pretty great, honestly.
I'm feeling pretty good too. We're rolling. It is pretty late today. It's 10 o'clock at night. Luckily, we still have some daylight because it's summer, so it's pretty sick. We have our map lights on, which I used to think was illegal to have on while driving.
Me too.
Turns out it's not illegal. We're just raised by strict parents, I guess.
Amen.
When it comes to car etiquette. But yeah, so we got a really fun topic today, and this is definitely a random. We use the same randomizer we always use. We got a fun one that both
of us have a little bit of experience in.
Near and dear to our hearts, and we are talking video games.
Yes.
Video games, man.
Oh, let's go.
A big part of our life. I feel like we've mentioned video games a lot in like previous talks, but now we actually get to like hyper focus on it. So
it's the culmination of all the previous.
It's the culmination of everything else. All the other ones are just like teasers. Now we're actually in it.
This is the real one. This will be 4 hours long.
This is gonna be so long, dude. It's basically gonna be the whole car ride, basically.
Oh.
So I hope you guys are ready for a really long special episode of our podcast. Talk about a special episode too, right?
Yeah.
We're in a car. We're driving. Whole new like environment, and this is our new studio, our mobile studio, and we get to talk about something we absolutely both love.
The mobile studio, Black Betty. Wham wham.
Wham wham. Here we go. Yeah. So, video games. When did you first start playing video games or getting into video games?
I think we talked about this previously. I think the most far in the past memory that I have is like probably when I was 7 or 8, just like at one of my second cousin's houses, and I just grabbed a controller and started playing with them. I think that's like when I first started. When I started playing, like not religiously, but as like an actual pastime in my own house.
Yeah.
Probably 15, 16 years ago. So, I was 14, 12 to 14?
14, 12.
Yeah, 12 to 14 years old, I think, is when we got our Wii.
Oh, yeah.
We started off with Wii Sports, and my parents got us a Kinect, so we did that Wii Adventure thing where you're whitewater rafting or something. It was one of the things that they kind of advertised pretty heavily when the Wii first came out.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's what we had
the Kinect. Sorry, oh, it wasn't the Kinect. It was something else.
Wasn't it the Wii?
Yeah, it was the Wii, but they had like an adventure like thing.
Oh, it's like the sports resort one, like a Wii resort or whatever. Like the one where you had to have like that extra, like if you had like the old like Wii controls, you had to get that extra piece on the bottom, right?
No, it was before that even. It was like Wii Sports, but then it was the Olympics. The 2010 the Mario and Sonic and the Olympic games.
Yeah.
That was one of our first games.
I had that game too.
Oh,
on Wii. I think I still have it.
I kicked butt at that game.
That's sick.
Yeah, so we did that. That game was awesome. Shelby and I were really competitive. I got a lot of gold medals. I tried to like my best to max out that entire what is it? They had that village. What's it called? Like
the Olympic Village.
The Olympic Village. I tried to max out all of the stuff that you could get in there. Wii Sports. I platinumed most of the games.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of? Oh, what is it? Something mini golf. The guy from Monopoly, Barker.
Oh, okay.
I think that's his name. There's like a mini golfing game, and it was really hardcore, and it was the Barker hat, like the guy with the bowler hat from Monopoly.
Oh, what the heck? That's pretty sick.
Yeah, but it was a mini golfing game. It was like hardcore mini golf, like you'd go through a dinosaur's mouth or something. Like right now, just even speaking about those three, I just have like a huge nostalgic wave waving over. Like,
I love that.
I'm smelling something right now that's like from my past, and I just have like this aura around my brain just like thinking about it. It's weird.
This aura around my brain.
Yeah, I just like I just got brought back 10 years or whatever. And then we borrowed actually someone's new Super Mario Bros for the Wii.
Oh, nice, dude.
So like like those.
Well,
are
that's the one with like Mario and Luigi, right?
Yeah, that was the red case game. That's the only red case Wii game that we had.
Nice.
And then we got an Xbox. I loved everything about the Xbox. We played racing games. Found this one. I don't remember what it's called, but I brought it to youth a few times, and it was like Mario Kart. So it was really fun.
Oh, why don't you? This one we played in the basement that one time, right?
Yeah, on Shelby's PlayStation.
Yeah.
So that game was sick. I rented that from the library constantly. Like I would like every time it would like run out, I would like go back and I would retake it out.
That's sick.
And then what else like the Xbox, we had the Kinect Adventures, which was the whitewater rafting.
Yeah, so it's like that giant like webcam thingy that you get with the Xbox. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And then Just Dance and all that stuff.
Oh heck yeah, Just Dance.
I do remember playing on a DS and a Game Boy back in the day, but they were my friends, and every time they would come over with it, I would like ask them if I could play, and then I would charge their DS all throughout the night, and I would play like old Game Boy Advance, because like you have that cartridge
thing on the bottom.
Yeah, so there was a Shrek the Third game, and then there was that was a Game Boy Advance, and I almost beat it. There was a few jumps that I couldn't make at the very end, but I finally got a few of them. I'm not sure if I quite beat it. And then there was an underwater game that I played the crap out of. Like over the course of them visiting for like 48 hours, all the nights and stuff, I would stay up and I beat the game. Like, I would destroy DS games.
That's sick. That's intense, man.
Yeah, so like I'm the king of DS.
The king of just crushing DS games, I guess.
And then I had talked up with the Xbox.
Because of the Xbox, you played Halo, Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
And then you did Legendary with Lewis on Halo 4.
Yep.
And then, so that's Halos.
And then beat Halo 5. Actually, I beat Halo 5 first and went back and played the whole Master Chief Collection.
Okay, yeah.
And then Lewis was like babysitting for his siblings.
Yep.
And so I would come over while he was doing that, and I would bring my Xbox, and we would play Halo 4 on Legendary. And that game was hard.
Halo 4 was so much fun, though.
It was a lot of fun. And then
you were enlightened.
I was enlightened. Yeah, I was at my uncle and aunt's actually once, and Cody called me out of nowhere, and like the cell reception is completely the worst there. Like it is crazy how bad their cell reception is. Like I can't actually explain how bad it is without
just
like
-5 bars over there.
Yeah, it's so bad. I would never get phone calls.
Yeah.
And like they didn't have super great Wi-Fi at the time, so I would like have loading screens for like 2-3 minutes on YouTube.
Dude. Nice.
But Cody, an Android user, so it wasn't even like an iMessage Wi-Fi call. It made it through the cell.
It made it through as an actual text message.
As a phone call.
It was a phone call.
He called me, and I was like, "Hey Cody, how's it going?" He said, "Dakota, I have a question for you. This game's kind of like Halo, and I know you really like Halo. I played Halo Reach at Cody's house actually before I got my Xbox One S.
Yeah.
And he said, I think you'll like it. It should be something. It's made by the same people who made Halo, so I know you don't like changing games and stuff, but you should try it." And I said, okay, like what's it called? He said it's called Destiny. And I said, okay, like and he said, Dakota, you should just get it. And I said, how much is it? And he said, this much. And I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna have to pass for now, like I'm kind of broke. And Cody said, you know what, no, I'm playing this game with you, I want to play it with you, I'm buying it for you. So he bought me Destiny 1, the complete collection, so it had the original story, and then it had
like all the expansions.
3 expansions. It had the Taken King, House of Wolves, one other one, and then the Iron Lord expansion.
Yeah.
And so played through all of that and absolutely loved it. And I didn't even touch half of like the experience, because raids and stuff you need to have 5 other people to play with. It was just Cody and I, so we would have had to have 4 other people, and nobody wanted to play play Destiny with us and get to the point where we were. So we were kind of SOL at that point. So I played through that game, loved every bit of it, and then they released Destiny 2. And this was when I just started going to the university. And so Destiny 2 came out, and university was 2 days out when Destiny 2 came out. And so I got Destiny 2, and I no-lifed it for 2 days. I beat it 3 different times. First time took 13 hours, we live streamed it.
Oh
Second time took 9 hours, and the third time took 7 hours. We live streamed all 3 of them on someone who I played video games with, Steve-O, one of my buddies, and we live streamed it, and it was so fun. And I beat the campaign the first time 13 hours. Actually, we didn't live stream that one. That one was all by myself, and then the second 2 times was with him. And then like it kind of started petering out, but that's been like my main game. And we'll get into some of the other fun ones. But then eventually I got the new Xbox, the Series X, that matched my TV, so I have the best quality video game experience I can.
That's so funny.
Yeah. What about you? I know you have like the whole gauntlet of everything.
I have a gauntlet, man. Yeah, I've got to get into that too, because that's a lot. So I think I've mentioned mine too. I started playing video games when I was probably like 3.5, 4 years old, when I was babysat by my cousin in Manhattan. She had a Nintendo 64, and she used to have the 2 big games that I remember was The Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time and GoldenEye.
Okay.
Like 007 GoldenEye. That one I didn't play a whole lot of because that was more of a multiplayer game, but we played a lot of Legend of Zelda. And like at the start, it was her playing and me watching.
Oh, okay.
And then eventually it became to the point where she'd play majority of it, and I'd like play like the easy, like where you like go from like checkpoint to checkpoint kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And then eventually, what she would do is she actually made a save file for me on her Nintendo 64, and then I remember I was playing through it, and my most vivid or earliest memory of it is she left me to go, I think she meant to like make food or whatever, so she left me for like a good chunk of time in her room playing the game, and I think she had like something happened. It took a while. Anyways, by the time she came back for me, I had so we started the campaign. I had already beaten like 2 of the 3 bosses, and it was like on my way, trekking to the 3rd one. And she was like, "Did you already like beat like the tree?" I was like, "Yeah, that was a while ago." And then I also told her how I beat it's on the mountain. I remember it's like in a volcano. I beat that boss too, so I was on my way to like the water boss.
Oh wow.
And she was just shocked at how far I made it, because I was only 4 at the time, right? Like I'm just a child. And that was my first experience with the console. And then I remember afterwards, when I finally got my own, I was like, I want to say I was like around 4.5, 5. I got a Super Nintendo. The goal was a Nintendo 64, but like during that time period, it was like they were red hot, so they were selling out everywhere. So we got a Super Nintendo from King of Trays, and I played that for a while. And then someone contacted my dad. I think King of Trays contacted my dad or something, saying that they had N64s again. So we, after like, and this was a time. It was like 3 months with the Super Nintendo. So what they did is like we traded in the Super Nintendo, got a Nintendo 64. It's not just a normal Nintendo 64. It's a limited edition like Yoshi's Island Nintendo 64 or something like that. So it's like green, and it came with the 2 green controllers.
Yeah.
And I've never seen another one like it. So I have this game, and then couldn't find Legend of Zelda: The Ocarina of Time for the life of me. And at that time, my cousin, I think she gave away her Nintendo 64 and gave away the game with it. So that was all gone. So I hadn't played. It was a few years before I played it again. And nice, that's sick. Got a nice little light up face on a house that we're just passing.
Smiley barn.
Anyways, so I had like a bunch of other different games, because I got all the good Mario ones. So we got Super Mario 64 from like this basically like discount Blockbuster that would sell like rent N64 games and sell N64 games.
Yeah.
So they were like, the Super Mario 64, kind of similar. Like you get to do a little exploration, you have missions and stuff like that, kind of like Legend of Zelda. So we bought that one. I had Mario Kart 64.
Mario Bros 3. That was like the good one.
That one was on Super Nintendo though, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We got Mario Parties. So I remember we got Mario Party 2. We used to rent number 1 and number 3 all the time from this store.
Nice.
We used to rent this one called it was like a Mickey Mouse racing game, kind of like Mario Kart, that we used to rent a lot too. I got like this rally game that was really sick. This is NHL. I think it's like Wayne Gretzky, like Breakout or Breakaway '99 or something like that. So I got a bunch of games for this console and just crushed it. I remember I had that console from like 4.5, 5 to today. I still have it. It still works, and I still have like a bunch of games I've added to my collection. You added to my collection actually when you found.
I found that one. You found thing.
Yeah, you found that Facebook thing, and I wanted to get all of them, but he already sold a chunk of them. So you got me Donkey Kong 64, and you got me Mario Party, the first one.
Yeah,
so that was pretty sick. So I got those, and I remember, me and my sister used to play a lot. We used to really play Mario Party. We played the crap out of Mario Party 2, and we still do occasionally. But yeah, so that was my first console, and I still have it. I cherish it. It's like gonna be like the family heirloom. I hope it stays alive.
Yeah.
And I remember a couple years after we got it, I remember I got Donkey Kong 64, but you needed like an expansion for the memory, and we couldn't find it anywhere, so we returned the game, and then like 3 months later, my dad like finds it, so he buys it, but then we can't find the game anymore, and it winds up becoming like a highly sought after game, because it's like a gold game, like it's gold, and like apparently it's a really popular game. So we never got it, but then I had like the upgraded chip, so I was like sick.
So yeah, when I found it, it was.
So now it's perfect. I still haven't played it yet. One day I'm gonna get to it though. So anyways, that's my first console, and we played the crap out of it, and we still play the crap out of it. Went out in, I think it was 2002? Or 3 maybe. One of those two days. Can't remember if I think we already lived in Lethbridge by the time. Yeah, we already lived in Lethbridge by the time I got my other console. But my uncle, for I think it was Christmas, bought me a PlayStation 2.
Nice.
So I got a PlayStation 2, and then he bought me Spider-Man, the video game.
That was fun.
I
played that one.
Yeah, that was sick, eh? Yeah. So I had that, and then I remember getting a PlayStation 2 because when we moved to Lethbridge, Carlos and David, they had a PlayStation 2. So I played the PlayStation 2 with them, and it was like upgraded version, because the next generation compared to the N64, right? So it had like better graphics and bigger games and stuff like that. So I got that, and I had that PS2 for, I can't remember, because I'm pretty sure I got it in 03, and I had it till like, I want to say it kept working until like 2007.
Okay.
So a good 5-year lifespan. Got a bunch of games on it, and of course Blockbuster, like by that point, like the whole generation was gone, and like all like the games that you could rent were PS2 games or the original Xbox and stuff like that. So I got that, and it was freaking dope. Had so many games on it, and then this is where it gets a little weird. So when we're talking about consoles, I've had a lot, and I always joke that I'm a PlayStation loyalist.
You had all the.
But I've literally had every console. So like think of it, like Nintendo 60, like a Super Nintendo, a Nintendo 64. I skipped the GameCube because we wanted getting a PlayStation 2, and then I got a Wii. So we had a PlayStation 2 and the Wii, and then I got an Xbox 360, the original Xbox 360, so the white one. That would red ring.
Yeah.
And it had like, I think it was like so low on gigabytes. It was one of the smaller ones. But I got that one, and I had it for a bit, and then it red ringed.
Yeah. Of course it did.
Like not even like 6 months after I got it. So I was like, frick this thing, dude. I'm just gonna go back to the PlayStation. So I got a PS3.
Nice.
And I got that in like, I think it was 07 or 08.
Yeah.
So I got the PS3 and the Switch. Or not the Switch, the Wii. And PS3 lasted me for a while. And then I got a 360 again.
Yeah, that one that's in the basement now.
Yeah, so I had a PS3, and then I got the new Xbox 360, like the black one, that didn't red ring.
Yeah.
And then I had those two for the longest time. And then during that time period was when I got, like, with both consoles, that's when I got into, it was in high school was when I got into Call of Duty. So I remember for Christmas of 2009, I got Call of Duty Black Ops.
Yeah.
And that was my intro into the Call of Duty universe.
Yeah.
And yeah, I played the crap out of that game, and I just became a big Call of Duty guy. And then the 360 I got Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. I think those were the only two ones I got on there. Because I remember I skipped Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. And those were my two consoles. And then eventually my PS3 died. It had a long life. Lived from like, yeah, cause I think it died in 2013.
Ah.
So it was like from like, yeah, 2007 or 8 to 2013. So I had a long life. Xbox still live, still kicking, still rocking.
Yeah, we played like
And that
2 hours.
That one I got a bunch of games on. Yeah, and then eventually got into the Halo series because I remember, and I played Halo a long time ago because I remember in 05, my cousin from California came and he brought his original Xbox and he had Halo 2 on it. And
Nice.
Halo. And I remember playing the crap out of that when he was here. So I got Halo 3, Halo 4. And I've had like so many games, like a bunch of Need for Speeds on it. Like there's like, the 360 is probably the console that had like the most games on.
Yeah.
And I still have like basically all of them. They're all at like our house now.
Yeah.
So that was like the one that like, my video game playing things really expanded. And then in 2014, right? Was it 14? No, 13th. Holiday of 13 was when the next generation of consoles came out. So the Xbox One, and then the PlayStation 4. Yep. And I was like, I had so much fun with the Xbox that I was thinking of getting the Xbox. Like, initially, I was going to get the Xbox again.
Oh, and then they did that stupid thing.
And then, like, when they did that, they did that stupid thing where the Kinect was packaged into it. You weren't allowed to, like, trade or, like, exchange physical disc games. And it was just a mess when it first launched. And I think it was so much more expensive than the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because you had to have the Kinect thing.
Yeah.
And like the only thing that enticed me, because I loved Halo as well, was the Master Chief Collection. And I remember a month before I bought a console, so I didn't get it until the winter of 14, because I waited it out because I was like, maybe they'll get better, like get cheaper or whatever. So I didn't jump on it right away. My buddy got the console like a few months before me, the Xbox, and he said the Master Chief Collection was like, it wasn't as great as like, it wasn't like remastered the way that they thought they was going to be remastered or whatever.
Yeah, it's starting to get there now.
Yeah. So I was like, so like
5 years
later, right? Like anyway, so like that happens, and I was just like, bruh, that's the only reason I would have gotten it, and because it had like all those things against it, so I was like, I'm just gonna get a PS4, and I bought my PS4 on Boxing Day of 2014 with David, because he bought one too. We bought the same PS4.
Nice.
And then I had like Shadow of Mordor, and I had an NHL game on there, and then I eventually bought Call of Duty Advanced Warfare on there, and life was good.
Nice.
So that's why, like, so I bounce around a lot. And then somewhere in that time period, I also wound up buying a Wii U. Yeah, I was one of the 3 people to buy a Wii U.
In the world. The entire world.
In the entire universe.
And someone else.
The other guy is Cody.
The other guy was Cody, the other guy was Chris.
Yeah, right? The biggest, the three guys. So when you see the sales, if you ever look back at history, it's like 3 Wii U's were sold. We were the 3 guys that bought the Wii U.
Yeah.
My Wii U still works too, so it's freaking dope.
Yeah, you bring that to VY.
Yeah, I used to bring it to VY all the time. But yeah, so I got my Wii U. It's because I like Nintendo. I think if we were talking pure loyalty, Nintendo. Because the only console I really missed was the Cube.
Yeah.
And the Switch that I haven't gotten yet. But
they're coming out with new generations every 5 days.
So like, I love Nintendo. So I always have the Nintendo games going. Yeah, so we get to the PS4 era. This is like, I'm already like a friggin' adult, because I was already out of high school by the time we got it. Playing, Call of Duty. I played a few Call of Duties on it. Those are the big ones.
Did you play Fortnite at all?
Barely.
I remember like so I played in season 1 when it first came out, and then it was in like it's been an open beta. I'm not sure if they finally closed the beta
I have no idea.
I haven't played it in so long, but it was an open beta for so long.
Yeah. Like the early access open beta. Yeah.
I actually bought the story mode.
That's so
because
cool.
I was loving playing the multiplayer so much. Story mode was pretty cool, actually.
Isn't that that's like a zombie one, right?
Yeah, you have to make like a base and you fight zombies. It's actually pretty fun. But
I wonder if you can still get that version of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I might download it on my Xbox so we can see. But
I totally forgot that was the original aspect of the game.
Yeah, and so like I purchased it, so I should be able to get back to it because Fortnite's free.
Yeah.
But then the other thing wasn't, and so I started in season 1, and then season 3 was when I really got into it.
Yeah.
I played till season 5 or season 8.
Jeez.
And now they're on like chapter 3.
Chapter 3 or whatever they call it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I remember David was the first one to tell me about it when it first dropped, so I jumped in with him and like the boys, and then I remember we struggled to get a win for so long, and then in like October or something, David has it saved on his phone. The day we got a win, we were just me and him, and we like, it was like during like the game first came out, and it was super glitchy, right?
Yeah.
So like I remember it was like it had like the jack-o'-lantern rockets or whatever.
Yeah.
So I remember me and David go to like wipe this team, like take out this team because they're like the last team standing. Freaking HID boy over here. Anyways, we go in there and I like murder a dude, and then I wound up killing him. But then his buddy came and I dropped his health really low, but he got me because I was like still wounded from my other fight.
Yeah.
So it was up to David. It was a 1v1, and I remember David's like running towards him, and then like the guy's like firing jack-o'-lantern rockets at him, and like he like jumps one, and then he shoots, and then the game like we thought the game froze because it stopped, and we're just like. And then all of a sudden the Victory Royale thing comes out, and we're playing really late at night. It's like 12 or 1 o'clock, and I remember both of us gasping and then seeing that, and all of a sudden both of us start screaming into builds like, just selling as hard as we can without waking up our parents.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I took a hiatus after that, because then we just went on a losing streak, so I like stopped, and I didn't come back till like, when did that game drop? Was that 15?
I don't remember.
No, it would have been.
It would have. I think
it was 16.
16 is when it like originally came out, and then 17 was when it was huge, and now it's still pretty big.
Okay, so 16, and then I came back. I made my return like I think it was like a year and a half later.
Yeah.
And like the graphics were so much. I remember my memory of my return. It wasn't even a long return either. It was like a short-term return. Was like we were in a map and we had like a full squad because everyone kept playing except for me. So I'm like out here in like my default skin while everyone else has like cool skins. And like I remember being in a field and there was like textures to everything again.
Yeah.
And like there was like wind mechanics, so like the leaves were moving and like they're like, and I was like staring at them. And Walvin is like yelling at me. He's like, David, don't stand around, you're gonna get. And as he's yelling this, he gets sniped.
He gets sniped?
He gets sniped, so you hear the beep boop beep boop. And I like turned around, I was like, you were saying? So freaking funny. But I didn't get one game that I really got into during the PS4 era was Overwatch.
Ah, yes.
I remember me and David bought it in, I think it was summer, I think that one was 16, summer of 16, and he's the one that convinced me to buy it, so I bought it with him, and he didn't like it, so he returned it, but I kept it, and I just grinded by myself, and then eventually like enlightened the boys to it, so I remember I enlightened Daniel, and Josias, and like a bunch of guys, and then like
loves that game.
That guy went. I thought I went hard. Like I went hard for a good period of time from when it came out, basically till like. I think they didn't get it until 17, till like holiday of 17. He got it during his Christmas break from school. He surpassed me in terms of like my ranking, and it was the most insane thing ever. But he went hard. Like he was one of those guys that would go like he got into a game, and if he loved it, he like went into it.
Like me with Destiny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that. He did that with Overwatch, and he did that with Fortnite, and then I think I can't remember if there's any other games, but those are the two big ones. Anyways, that was one game I really got into, and I've always been into Call of Duty because I remember so I had Advanced Warfare, and eventually I got the new Modern Warfare on there. I got the new two of Black Ops 4 and Cold War on it. And then this is also the console that carried me through the pandemic.
What about Minecraft?
We did get pretty big into I was big into Minecraft when it was on
the 360.
The 360.
Yeah.
And then at Churchill, when I was in grade, I think it was grade 10. It had to be grade 10. Some legend.
Was it me?
No, you're not from Churchill.
Oh, Cody?
This man is unknown.
Oh.
No one knows who this guy is.
Oh.
This legend loaded up, he got the game and put it on the server. So
He put a Tor browser in it.
Yeah! So every computer at Churchill had Minecraft on it. This absolute legend.
Oh.
I don't know who he is, but take my hat off to this man, bro. Because I remember I had an accounting computer type. I think it was some sort of accounting type class. And I remember we used to have it used to be spare, you'd have the class, lunch, and then the class again.
Yeah.
And our teacher was also a big G. So what we would do is we'd go it's part of the game, the class, and everyone would sweat so hard to finish, because if you got everything finished and you finished some bonus stuff she'd give you, she'd just let you play Minecraft.
Love that.
And there's times where we'd we'd literally have lunch there and just play Minecraft. We'd crush everything in the as fast as we could in the first part. All start playing Minecraft. Play Minecraft through lunch, and then the next class would just play Minecraft again. But
Wow.
That legend. And then I think it was years later, because I think Daniel was still in high school, but by the time it was finally removed from the servers. But yeah, some absolute beauty did that.
Someone did that with CSGO.
That's Chinook. That's sick. Yeah. Maybe it's the same legend. Maybe he got kicked out of Churchill and did the same thing at another school. I don't know who he is, man. Hopefully I find out one day so I can thank him. That's when I really got into Minecraft. And I used to play by myself. And me and this needs to become its own topic one day, but me and David used to play a lot together.
Yeah.
And this was couch co-op. So we had 2 Xbox controllers. We were just vibing together every time we sleep over. Yeah. Then eventually Daniel joined us. So we went to King of Trades, and we bought this super crappy wired Xbox controller. And the boys would just game. And we have so many stories that I'm gonna save for another day if we ever actually get Minecraft as a random topic, or even if we do a special just on Minecraft.
Yeah.
But I got hard into that, and then Minecraft's always been that game where we disappear for a bit and then we come back, and then we disappear.
I just deleted it.
And we come back, and then during the pandemic was one of those times when we came back, and we had this whole universe basically with all the boys on it, and it was so sick.
I just deleted my Realm subscription. It's been 6 months that I've been paying for that stupid thing.
God. Yeah, you can use it.
$11.99 a month.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I've always been a pretty avid gamer. Really hard in high school, decently hard after high school. Kind of slowed down first round of college. Picked it up a little bit again. Slowed down again during second round of college. And then it just skyrocketed during the pandemic. Because, first of all, the pandemic hits. And then a day later, Warzone dropped.
Yeah.
And me and David got it. We played day one. In day one, we got back-to-back wins.
Oh.
And we just felt on top of the world. And then, David basically, we convinced all the other guys to get Warzone. So, for a longest time, there was a ton of us playing Warzone.
Yeah.
And it was a full-time job, man. I remember I'd go to school and just be in my computer and just be on, but the thing, my webcam was off and just be gaming in the corner. We would wake up at early AF o'clock to game, and we'd game until noon. And there was an hour and a half, 2 hour lunch break. And then we'd be right back at it again.
Oh.
And then there'd be a dinner break. And then we were right back at it again till like 2 or 3 in the morning. Then we go to bed and we wake up at early AF o'clock and just do that. And we did that for like 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
We went so hard in that game, dude. Like we had so many moments there. And then like during that time period we'd also like take breaks. So we had like Minecraft, like we'd do like Warzone, Minecraft, and then eventually a bunch of other games would come out. Like I know Fall Guys came out and we got onto that. And it was just a good time all around. What a wild time.
I think the game that I've been on the hardest side is Destiny.
I feel like it's like not even a contest either.
We looked at how many hours, like active hours, and it's over 3,000.
It's over 3,000. Holy crap, that's so many hours of gaming. Holy.
And I think a good amount of that is just like sitting in orbit where like I'm like going and like doing schoolwork or something like that. I just like leave it on.
I remember the amount of times I've come over and you're gone and like it's just your stupid little spaceship just floating around in space.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But I think that game, every DLC that I've ever like that's been released except for one, I've like hit at launch, and then I would no life it for 2 days, beat it on all 3 characters, max out my light as fast as possible.
That's so disgusting. I love it.
And then go into the raid with my raid team and just absolutely obliterate the raid. And I think back to like you say like no lifing it. I think in school I would turn off my mic, or I would like keep the camera on though, and I'd get text messages from like classmates. Hey Dakota, you know your particle effects are reflecting off your glasses. We can definitely tell you're playing video games.
That's
like,
hilarious.
Like, do you think the teacher knows? Yeah, he doesn't care though. I'm like,
That's
okay,
funny.
Cool. Then I'm gonna keep playing.
Yeah, I game like during that pandemic I was gaming hard. Like unreal hard. Like my butt would hurt from just sitting on the couch playing so many video games.
I think my favorite kind of game though, and that's I think why I like Subnautica so much, are those one-off games that you can play once and maybe play twice. There's people that speedrun Subnautica now, so like I guess.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I feel like every game can get like anyone with a campaign gets sped run or speed run.
But like Subnautica, I explored. I was like, ooh, this is spooky. It's kind of scary. And it was so much fun. It took place all underwater, except for like.
That's when I was moving in when you were like playing, or like not the first one, the second one.
I was in the process of beating the second one. The second one took me a lot less time to beat because I understood the mechanics and it was a shorter campaign, shorter storyline and everything. We're going on the right lane, right?
Yeah, Deerfoot. We've made it to Calgary, boys and girls.
So those games, I think, are probably the best games that you can like play.
Yeah.
Like not necessarily. Subnautica's amazing. It's kind of glitchy, but it's an incredible game. Really well done on the story.
Yeah.
If you can give me a game that is single player, amazing story, and like in-depth things where you can figure out and like try and learn like combinations and different ways to. Because I like something that's you can make efficient.
Yeah.
Like Destiny. The one thing I like about that is I can make a build that makes it so my guns kill stuff really fast, so I can be the best ad clear there is, or the best boss damager there is, and that's the main draw. Is like I want to feel unstoppable in a video game, so that when I like walk out in the real world, I don't have to be unstoppable. I'm just a regular Joe.
That's funny.
I think that's the thing that I like the most.
That's fair.
About games. So, like Mario Odyssey. Speedrunning it with Lewis, skipping half the game. Like, I've never actually played the game legit because I watched Lewis speedrun it so much that I figured out how to do the things that he was doing. And my first speedrun, I think it took 5 or 6 hours to speedrun it. That was my first clear.
Jeez.
And I destroyed it. And then I think I did a second one and it was like 4. And then I haven't done it since. So I've only beat it twice, but
fair enough.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know what the speed limit is. I don't was catching up to me, so it's probably
It says
100.
right there, 100.
110. I'm going 90.
Speed racers
Sorry,
over
bro.
here. Sorry for being old people in here.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, I love those kind of games. I remember I had a couple games peppered in during the pandemic that I would play that were single player. So one of the big ones was Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh.
Super fun game.
What's that one about?
It's like, so the story is, I think it's your sister or your girlfriend or whatever is like dying, and then some like entity or like divine creative spirit like says that they will heal this person that you bring to like an altar at the start of the game if you destroy all the colossi or colossuses. I don't know how you say it. So the whole game is super bare bones because it came out during the PS2 era.
Yeah.
And it's basically just a game of boss fights. Like there's no like little monsters or anything to fight. Like you literally just go like with your like sword as your wayfinder, go find a boss. It doesn't matter what order you kill them all in. So you go to like their area, find the boss, and you kill it. And they're all different. Like they're all like built differently. And I think there's like 13 of them or something. But each time you like take one out, like it progresses the story.
Oh, okay.
And it's a really fun game. I had so much fun playing that. Yeah, I'd play that in between all like our other like multiplayer games. And then another game that Daniel absolutely loves, like it's one of his favorite games, is what's it called now? I'm drawing a blank, and now he's gonna be really mad at me if he sees this podcast. What is it called? I want to say Sekiro, but it's definitely not Sekiro. No, it's I am drawing the biggest blank.
What's it about?
It's like it takes place in feudal Japan. Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
He loves it. Like it's like he has like a high rating. So I played that one. I haven't beaten it yet, but it's a fun game. I have fun with it. And now it's like that. And then
God of War?
God of War came out before the pandemic, but I've crushed it. I'm very excited for the new Ragnarok.
The new one looks sick.
It looks so dope. We used to have to play the old one too.
I gotta play the old one.
Last of Us. During the pandemic, The Last of Us Part 2 was coming out, and I hadn't played The Last of Us Part 1, I guess, since like the PS3.
Yeah.
So what I did is I bought the remaster on the PS4 and just like went to war on it, and I literally was in like the last little phase of it while The Last of Us Part 2 was being downloaded on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
I beat the game, credits are rolling, Last of Us Part 2 ready to go.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, this is so sick. But I waited a day because I wanted to have the satisfaction of beating the first one.
Yeah.
So I took a day off, and then I went right back into the second one. The second one's really fun too.
On the topic of The Last of Us, I watched Lewis beat the first one.
Yeah.
And then I saw him. He would come into my room, and like he had his PlayStation set up in my room beside my TV. So
Yeah.
we had two TVs running. Oh, okay. Hollow Knight. That's next. But I was playing Hollow Knight a lot.
Yeah.
And Lewis was playing Last of Us, and Lewis played it on the hardcore mode.
Oh, I played on the hardcore. It's so hard on the hardcore mode, bro.
He got it to like that really fat dude in like when
in
like
part 2?
No, in part 1.
Oh yeah.
It's like when you fall through like the window and you're stuck in a gym and there's like that fat.
Yeah. The burster.
Yeah.
I think that's what they call it.
He got soft locked in that because he didn't have enough materials, and so he literally couldn't beat the game because he couldn't like every time like he respawned he didn't have enough to beat the boss. Like he used everything perfectly in one of his run-throughs and it still didn't have enough.
That's so funny.
And so, are we supposed to be on Stony or are we just staying here?
I think we just stayed here for the whole way.
Yeah, watched him do that, and then I watched him beat the part 2 when he got part 2.
Bro, they're remastering
The first
part 1 for the PS5, and I'm just like,
why? I love. Have you seen those memes? It's like first one he has like a little bit less wrinkles. Second one he has more wrinkles.
he just gets wrinkly. Yeah, it actually looks like the character models look so good. I was like watching, I was just like, I gotta drag Dakota along for the first one, and this time he's playing and I'm gonna watch him.
I like that. That'll be fun.
And you're playing hardcore mode, so you don't even know how many bullets you have. It was so I played hardcore mode on the part 2.
Oh.
And it was always so stressful, like when you're like in the most intense battle, and then you like pull out your gun and just
You're like, oh.
I was like, ah! But yeah, like that one, those are the games that I crushed during the pandemic. And I love like single player stories. Like my first video game was a single player story.
Yeah.
Was Ocarina of Time. And after like never having it on the N64 after my first time, I wound up buying it in, I think it was 16? No, 15. I bought it for my Wii U, and I played, like I was just crushing it when I got, after, like it was during winter break of my first semester. Oh, first semester? Winter break of my first semester, after I got my teeth removed, like my wisdom teeth. So I was just like living off like Lipton soup, Gatorade, Rocky Balboa movies, and Ocarina of Time.
I love that.
And I haven't beaten it yet. I've gone up to I'm pretty far in it actually. I'm pretty sure I'm like either 1 or 2 dungeons away from like the final.
Oh, nice.
But I've been on a huge hiatus, so
Yeah.
gotta get back into it, I guess. I love single player games. I've played a lot of Legend of Zelda games because I've played, so Ocarina of Time was the first one. I've played Majora's Mask. I've played Twilight Princess.
You played
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild and the expansion.
And the expansion to Breath of the Wild. I'm excited for
That's
the new
one that I still need to beat.
I'm excited for the new Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, there's a second one.
Yeah, so Legend of Zelda is probably like, it would be my favorite franchise because it was my first game.
What about Pokemon?
I never really got into Pokemon.
Okay.
I played like Red,
Yeah.
and then that's about it.
Fair.
But I never really got into it. And I remember playing Pokemon Go for a little bit, and I was like, yeah, not for me.
Fair. That's totally understandable. Did you ever play Hollow Knight? You've watched me play it, because like I've destroyed that game.
Bro, the amount of times I've come over and it's like you, Lewis, and Ben just like speedrunning in the basement or playing your bingo game.
Oh, I've beat the game in under 3 hours, and my first clear took I think I 100% of the game within 40.
Jesus.
So yeah, that's one of my biggest achievements on that one. I did have Ben's help with one move, but then I did the second move that was way harder than the first move. That's similar. By myself, and he's like, "Oh, okay, Dakota."
That's so funny.
So, that game is incredible. That is probably one of the best games I've ever played in my life.
Dang.
It's better than Destiny.
Dang! I never thought you would ever say that.
I didn't, like, thinking about it, I think, oh wow, what's going on with this speed? Went up to 100, now it's down to 50 again. Alright, yeah, we're going down to 50. So, it's a game where you start with nothing though, right? Like, it's a Metroidvania.
Yep.
So you start with nothing, and then you slowly start fighting bosses. And as you fight the bosses get harder and more complex.
Yep.
And you feel powerful by the end. Like, you get the fully upgraded nail, which is like your sword.
Yep.
And the amount of time that I've sunk into that game is probably like 200 hours.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I'm at like 100 hours on like one of my game files now.
Oh yeah.
Because there's what is it called? God Home. It's the pantheon of Hallownest. Hallownest is where the game is based, and it's different arenas of just back to back boss fights.
Oh yeah, I've seen you play that one.
That's like the part that it was the most like rough for me. That guy's in my lane. What the heck?
I think he's just hanging out in the middle of 2 lanes.
Anyways, so that game, incredible. And there's one other one that I was thinking of, but Elden Ring, also incredible. That one, I think, is why I stopped playing Destiny the last time.
Dang.
Because, and then like I stopped playing.
Yeah, you stopped playing video games in general.
just because I don't have the time and I don't feel the need to sit in my basement and play video games nonstop. But
you're growing up, brother.
Oh no, don't say that. I'm so sad. But Elden Ring is another incredibly made game.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would play a Dark Souls-like game.
Yeah.
Because
I never thought you would either, because you always roast like Dark Souls games.
Well, especially the way that when Ben played, what is it? He played Bloodborne. He told me that he had to farm stuff to get his flasks.
Yeah.
So he had to go out, fight guys to get flasks, so he could go fight this boss.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is the dumbest idea I've ever heard. And then everybody explained Dark Souls to me as, when you die, you lose everything. And so they didn't explain the game properly to me, because you're able to level up and keep your levels,
yeah,
but you have to make it to the next checkpoint to keep your levels. And I didn't know that.
So you just thought like you could be like so far in the game, but if you die, then all of a sudden it was over, kind of thing.
Yeah, like you die, you start at the very beginning.
Oh, geez.
I was like, that's stupid. Also, I don't know where we are.
Nah, we're still going. We're good. Like the airport's like way down there.
We should have taken not Stafford. Stony.
We should have taken Stafford, bro.
I think Stony takes us straight to...
It like loops us around. And they both basically, like, right now it's because, like, it's late.
Yeah,
so, like,
this is just cruising.
Like, we're just cruising regardless.
Also, freaking grandma in front of us can speed up. That'd be awesome. Anyways,
road rage.
But Elden Ring, I think... I'm glad that they have like an open world type game where you can just explore, do whatever you want, kill whoever you want. It's such a sick game.
Right.
And then Batman.
Like the Arkham series?
Arkham Knight is pretty good. Arkham Origins is pretty meh. Arkham Asylum.
That's the only one I've ever played.
Arkham Asylum is dope.
That was sick. I remember watching it the first time.
Best game out of the entire franchise.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the one that has, like, I remember, like, the game that you came out, and, like, all, like, the cover art is just, like, all these, like, 100% ratings from, like, a bunch of different...
I've played that game. I went and bought the remastered version of Asylum and City just so I could play it again.
That's so sick.
And I think that's the game that I've probably sunk the most time in, besides Destiny.
Dang.
Because... I've put like quite a bit into Arkham Knight because it just takes so dang long to beat the game.
Right.
But in like replayability, I could just walk around and beat up bad guys and try and find Riddler trophies.
Yep.
And then just start the new game plus and start all over and do it again because it's so fun.
That's sick.
And then Arkham Knight's pretty dope. Like you can like drive the Batmobile around, but I think Arkham City still outshines it. Nice. Arkham Asylum is just a little bit.
Well, it's the first one.
It was the first one. If it was, I actually haven't played it. I haven't played the remastered one, so it actually might be like on par, but just the nostalgic factor of City would make me play City more.
Got ya.
But Asylum, I think now would be just as fun if you compare them side by side without the nostalgic factor.
Got ya.
I think those are my tops.
I'm trying to think of my tops right now. And I completely forgot about this game, but I definitely sunk in a ton of hours on it when it first came out, and I got it like right out of high school as well. Skyrim.
Ah, yes.
The Elder Scrolls. Yeah. I got that one. Yeah, I was like right out of high school. And I remember I sunk in like so many hours during like that summer.
Yeah.
And then took a little bit of a hiatus. And then I'd like continue coming back. And I bought the one that had like the complete collection. So it had all the expansions and stuff on it.
Yeah.
I played it. I think the last time I played it was... So I got it in... It would have been 14. I think the last time I played it was in like 16 or 17. And I played like the expansion and everything, and like I stopped playing because I finally had enough to buy a house in like the super nice like city.
In Skyrim?
Yeah. And I was just like, you know what? This is a good place to say goodbye to my boy. And I just haven't played it ever since. But yeah, that game I can't remember how many hours I sunk, but I played a lot of it. I remember that was the one game I sweated to that one summer, and then like into like fall and stuff like that. And I crushed it before I actually got to college.
I think if I played that game, I would do what Jordan did with RuneScape. Because you get 999 every single skill.
That's intense.
Like he put more hours skills that transfer across everything.
Yeah.
And so I would want to get like sneak 100, like
So
deception
you just
100.
want to get loaded out.
I would figure out how to min-max, because min-maxing is my favorite thing in video games. Because if you go to mobile games, which a lot of people don't consider video games, but I feel like it just gets the same dopamine rush.
I mean, I'd call it a video game. It's just like
I've played a lot
because it's
of
basically
mobile.
similar to like a handheld like
It's
console.
like a PSP or a PS Vita,
Yeah.
or
Like a DS or a GameCube or Game Boy.
yeah. So when I played Clash of Clans,
Yep.
I figured out how long things would take to build.
Yep.
And I figured out my schedule, so I'd be able to go on my iPod at school and stop, use maybe like a few gems to speed up something, and I could afford it to upgrade something else. And then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be missing this much. I need to do 3 more attacks, buy a shield, and then I'd have enough like resources to upgrade another thing.
Yep.
And that was same thing with Marvel Contest of Champions. I played that game, and I figured out, okay, if I want to beat this thing, I need this many energy recharges.
Yep.
So I can continue to keep playing and be efficient, so I can do the things I want to do in the future.
I got you.
And so it's like, oh wait, if I want to do something that's fun, I have to suffer for this little bit in the not fun area.
Yep.
And if I can figure out how to do the not fun area really fast and efficient, then I'll do that. And so that's literally what I did every time that I play a video game. Elden Ring, I figured out how to level up efficiently by beating certain bosses in a certain order.
Got ya.
Like, that's my favorite thing about playing video games. And if you can't do that in a video game, like depending on the style,
Yeah.
if you're not allowed to do it because of the way that the game's designed, it's kind of sad.
That's fair. Yeah. But that was one of the game I sunk in. I'm very excited for it because I forgot the new Elden Ring. Or not Elden Ring.
Elder Scrolls
Elder
Online.
Scrolls is coming. No, like a new like actual like the next like the sequel to Skyrim.
Oh, come on.
And I'm ready for that because it's coming out on like the PS5. It's gonna be like probably look friggin' beautiful because Skyrim looks so friggin' ugly because it came out on like the 360 and the PS3.
Yeah.
So I'm ready for that. But yeah, I'm trying to think of games because that's one I put a lot of hours into. Legends of Zelda as a whole, I put a lot of hours into. Breath of the Wild, I love Breath of the Wild, so I'm very excited for the sequel.
Probably like what? I think you said like 150.
Something like that, yeah. I put a lot of hours in that one.
That's like crazy.
And then I think Overwatch is up there now for sure. I think that might be my number 2. Or 3, depending. I can't remember.
Minecraft, dude.
No, Minecraft is not that high.
Really?
My highest would be it'd be the Call of Duty franchise.
Oh yeah.
Like I
What about
have
Apex?
nah,
Really?
not that much. Apex is probably closes out the top 5, maybe. But yeah, Call of Duty in general. Like the biggest one was definitely my first one. So Black Ops definitely has the most hours in it in terms of like one.
Mm-hmm.
If you take the hours I've put in like all the Call of Duties I've played, it's a lot. It's gotta be pretty close to your Destiny numbers.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's my big one. Yeah, I love Call of Duty games. And I've had buddies, but most of the time I'm playing by myself, just online destroying people. Because that's like the one game I'm like super good at.
Did anyone ever pay you to do anything in a video game?
Huh?
Has anyone ever paid you to do anything in a video game?
No.
That's my crown jewel achievement.
Someone paid you to do something?
I've been paid multiple times to do things for people in different video games.
That's so funny.
Clash of Clans, I got paid to go on someone's account and attack for them and like do stuff for them so that they could level up certain things.
That's pretty sick, actually.
Contest of Champions, I got paid to go and fight certain hard. It's called the Labyrinth of. There's Labyrinth of Legends, and then there's like the Realm of. There's nothing before the Labyrinth of Legends. It was something Legends, and it was supposed to be like one of the most unbeatable things in the game. And people started beating it. I learned how to beat it.
Yeah.
And I beat it. And then somebody. It's actually how I got banned on my first account is because I was playing on other people's accounts so much.
That's so funny.
And yeah, stuff on my account for me.
Yeah.
And that's why I got banned, because people were going onto my account.
Oh, got you.
And so my first account got banned, and my second account, I just was like, okay, you can't log into my account. Like, that's not happening. You have to send me like a PayPal. So people would like PayPal me money.
That's intense.
And Destiny came around.
Yeah.
And somebody wanted to go on a legend in the arena, and I've done it once, and I'm not that great at PvP. Like,
Yeah.
I've been trying to get Zach to legend, and he's way better than me, so we get like absolutely destroyed. But someone gave me like $20, and I just sat down and I played with 2 other people, and we got to legend and beat got it for their account, and they're like, oh my goodness, thank you so much.
That's sick.
And so yeah, like, I've been like, that's like my thing, is like, if I play a game and if I'm good at it,
Yeah.
I will get to the point where I'm super good at it, and then I will accept offers of payment.
That's so intense.
But I'm not as good as the people who like stream and like carry people for money.
Yeah.
I'm just
really good.
really good. Not super good, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, I think if I ever got paid for that, the only one I think I could do would be a Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
Because like I live on top of the leaderboard in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like, it is my jam, and
Yeah.
I'm really good at it. Especially like the one, like the Black Ops series. I'm unreal at the Black Ops series. But yeah. Yeah.
I think one thing that we didn't talk about,
Yeah.
Smash Bros.
Oh, we did talk about Smash Bros.
That is the staple of the Bois.
That is. Okay, so like, let's get into that. So Smash Bros. I've been playing Smash Bros. Since the N64 era.
So pre-Melee.
Yeah. So I feel like I would literally murder all the boys if we ever played the N64 game.
Yeah.
Just because it's janky controllers and like it's bare bones, and the guys with the boys would probably be like, and I'd just be like,
sucks. You're like,
and I'd
I
just be
know.
like destroying them with my broken analog stick on my Nintendo 64. I'd murder all of you. I bypassed Melee because I never had the GameCube, right? But I had buddies that played it, and my dentist and Manhattan used to have it, so I used to play a little bit of it. I got back into Smash with Brawl.
That's one pre-Smash 4, or that? Is
Yeah,
that Smash
that's the one. That's number 3.
4? Brawl was the Wii one or the Wii U one?
Wii. Brawl was the one I played, like, I think it was called like Skybase Embassy or whatever, and then like a few buddies had it, and it's like the weird one, because I think you have like there's like a trip mechanic in it, and like your character feels like super floaty.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. Smash 4.
Apparently sucked, but I loved it.
I loved it too. That's when we really got you into it. I remember we still like
I'd play Mewtwo and you just kicked my butt.
yeah. Bro, do you remember that one time I like 1v3'd
Yeah.
and won?
Yeah.
With like Toon Link?
Toon Link's sick.
Yeah. That was good times. And then I don't have a Switch, so I never really got into Ultimate. And I remember I used to just be able to be okay just because like my previous experience with Smash 4. But then everyone that we play with got really into it and just started sweating their balls off. So now like when we play together, I'm just kind of there.
Yeah.
Like I'm not
You're not
horrendously bad, but I also wouldn't classify myself as good. Like I'm just kind of there. And like I think the one thing too is I absolutely love the chaos of 8-player Smash free-for-all.
Yeah.
I love the chaos of that. Like I am unreal when it comes to just like murdering people out of everywhere. And I feel like our boys group does not like free-for-all like more than 6 or more. So I feel like it's almost like every time we play it in the basement and there's 6 of us, it always becomes like teams.
Yeah.
Like 3v3 or like 2v2v2. But like the mode I always live for is definitely the 8-player Smash, where it's just like mass pandemonium. Because I'm not technical enough to fight people on a 1v1 scale. Like I know there's like that tournament mode, and I'm pretty bad at it. And then like some guys are just like in a league of their own when it comes to that game. Like there's like Zach is unreal. Michael is unreal. Cody's unreal. up there now too. Like you're definitely better than me when it comes to this, like ultimate.
I think it was last night or the night before.
Yeah.
I think it was last night. Cody and I were playing, and Cody chose Palutena, and
when you were playing as
Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Did you watch that one? Okay, did I win? I think you beat me at the very end.
Like that was the one where like, oh, Dakota could do it, and like you like sat up on the recliner and like
missed my jump and killed myself.
It's so funny. Yeah, but like that, like before, like with Smash 4, I could like destroy you, but like if we 1v1 in Ultimate, you would like wipe the floor with me, dude.
I started figuring out back airs and like just like.
I don't even know what that means, dude. That's how casual of a Smash Bros player I am. Like when you guys start like saying like the actual like movements and stuff, I'm like, cool.
You're like, no,
I just punch things really hard, hoping they fly off the map.
When you're Ike,
bro, I'm a god when I play Ike. Like the amount of times I just murder people and everyone gets mad at me for just murdering them.
It's really funny.
Like I live for the chaos. Like I love, like that's why all my guys that I play with are like dudes that are just designed to like destroy. Like just like you like charge up and swing and you hope you hit like at least 3 people. So I love the chaos. So if like the boys ever like actually decide to play like free for all like madness like that, I'm always in. But once it becomes team battles, especially when they put like the 3 best people together, I'm always like, why? Like it's literally just a massacre.
Yeah.
Like I literally don't even try. I'm just like fooling around out here ready to like get destroyed, because then I'm gonna get destroyed regardless of how hard I go. But yeah, that's how I'm like. So I'm not really into like the new one. I never really got into it, and I'm not as like into it compared to all our other boys.
Yeah, I do really like it. I hated losing so much though, because everybody would just like dumpster me.
Yeah.
And so I did practice a little bit, not as much as Lewis, but I feel like Lewis and I are pretty equal for a lot of things.
I'd say you guys are pretty equal.
I'm better in some different areas because I have a lot more variety.
Yeah.
Ooh, lights just went out.
Lights are flashing.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was thinking like you. All of a sudden, we start hearing the was it the grandfather clock?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Anyways,
I think that's my favorite game with the boys. Except for Minecraft is pretty fun, but it's not as consistently fun.
My favorite favorite moment of our pandemic vibes was when you got your new Xbox and you like bestowed upon me your old Xbox, and we would like, it was before the crossplay was initiated, and we like played
Apex.
Well, that was fun. I love playing Apex with you. I love Apex. I'm really good at Apex. Me and Daniel just got back onto it yesterday, and first game, second place.
Nice.
And then the last time we played it, first game, we won.
Yeah.
So we're pretty decent at it. No, it was when you tried to coordinate. Was it a dungeon or a raid? You tried to coordinate a raid with the boys, and we were just absolute garbage. But it was just like, it's probably the most fun I've had in like with the boys playing video games. It was so funny. Like Joel kept blowing himself up in my bubble. Joel also only had like 2 guns, so it was fantastic.
You know, he keeps on going back about that and saying that he was purposely trying to like destroy the raid, and he said Cody was in on it, and Cody was like, I actually wanted to win. So I don't know what Joel had going on there.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with him either. But that was one of the most
19th
fun.
Street?
I think we keep going down. I feel like there's another sign that tells us where we're going. But yeah, that was one of the most fun. And I also loved the absolute madness that was like late nights playing golf with friends.
Golf with friends, the most brain dead game.
Like, who was the one that Lewis is the one that showed all of us.
Lewis found it.
And then like he hated his life every time all the boys wanted to play it. Mm-hmm. That game was so funny. I also loved it when you had like the hit mechanic where you could hit each other.
I would
and you just like yeet yourself at everyone.
I didn't care about winning. I just wanted to make sure everyone else lost.
That was so funny. That was a good time. Like those are some of my fondest memories of the pandemic.
Me figuring out how to be the best at golf, so I could sit at the very edge, destroy my score, just to knock people off, so they would all lose and be really angry at me.
So funny. It's that one right there.
This guy.
But yeah, dude. Those are fun. All right. Well, I feel like we've talked a lot about video games.
Yeah.
So let's close it off with a good old top 5 list. What are your top 5 video games of all time?
Oh, let's go.
Like, clearly we got number 1 and number 2 already. Because you said...
Are we going this way?
I guess we're going this way right now.
So number 1, I'm gonna say Hollow Knight. Number 2, Destiny. Number 3, Elden Ring. Just because of like the recency of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think Batman Arkham City's number 4. And I think number 5 would be that golf game on the Wii.
Like the Monopoly one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Frick, dude, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I think if it is on the Switch, I'll buy it if we can find it.
Bro, I kind of want to find. I hope it is, because I kind of want to see what this game is all about. Like, cracking your top 5, bro.
Yeah, I love that game. I played it so much, dude.
So funny, dude.
So, what about you?
Top 5? Oof. I feel like mine's gonna be a more variety, because I feel like yours are like, because you also haven't played a whole lot, like in terms of lifespan. Whereas me, I'm older than you, but I also started playing a lot younger than you.
Yeah.
So I feel like mine's gonna be a little more spread. Let's see. Let's start from the bottom up. Number 5 would probably be... Okay, I just thought of this now. Number 5 will be Star Wars Battlefront 2, but not the new ones. The ones from the PS2 era.
Okay, I was like, I heard those things were garbage.
No, it got better. Those ones got better after they got rid of the microtransactions and all that garbage. But yeah, number 2 I played. I remember that's a game that was red hot when it came out. Mm-hmm. So you couldn't even rent it anywhere because it was always gone. So I couldn't even try it out because my dad wanted me to try it out before he bought it for me. Couldn't find it anywhere, and then eventually like this like super small like discount Blockbuster had it. Played it, and then like we immediately tried to go buy it, and it took forever to find one too. But yeah, that one was dope. So I have that one. That's number 5. Number 4 would probably be Mario Party 2. Just because the amount of hours I have in Mario Party, and Mario Party 2 is the one that I've definitely played the most out of any game. 3 would probably be Skyrim.
Nice.
Just because the amount of hours, and like that's one of those games that I got into it, and I like get into it. Number 2, Call of Duty Black Ops. The first Call of Duty game I ever played. One of my first-person shooters. Tons of hours. Like I even bought like expansions and like map packs and everything for that one.
Dang.
That one was fun. I remember playing it. It's like really it's very distinct memory. Because I got it in grade 9, and I remember just going so hard in it all the time. I went hard in it until like the game basically died. And then my number 1, just because like the spot it has in my heart, and like every time I play it, I absolutely love it. Like from like as if it was like day 1 again. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Nice.
Like that game is freaking dope. Like I go years of my life without playing it, and then when I go back into it, I'm just like, this game's fantastic, dude. So that's my top 5 right there.
I'm gonna change my 5th one now.
Ooh, dang. So what was the 5th one? What was the 5th one?
The golf
game. Okay, so the golf game gets eliminated.
You mentioned something. I don't remember what you mentioned, but just a nostalgic factor. We didn't even talk about this game. Skylanders.
Oh yeah, that's the whole reason I have my 360 at your house.
Yeah. So Skylanders is a game, just to quickly TLDR, you have a little portal that's plugged into your Xbox, and you have a character that you can put on top of the portal, and that guy goes into the game and you can play as him. I played the crap out of Skylanders. I played the crap out of Skylanders Giants, and my sister and I had like a crazy nostalgic trip this December and went and bought a ton of Skylanders, got all the portals, and got the game. But we didn't have an Xbox 360, and then Dave brought his lovely Xbox 360, so now we can start playing it again.
That's sick. Yeah, I was about to say, we didn't even talk about it, but like,
Yeah.
there's like, you guys have so many of those little thingies.
Yeah, we got them at such a like reduced rate. Like going online, it's so expensive to buy them.
Yeah, I bet.
And we got them for
Because you went on like the marketplace, right?
yeah, we got them for less than half of what they usually are.
That's sick, dude.
So yeah,
that's
my
one.
number 5.
Yeah,
I like your list.
I like your list too.
I think I should definitely try some of them. We should definitely play some of them together.
We gotta play a few of those together. I think there's a lot because I mean, like, you really grew up with Xbox and like
Wii,
so it's like it doesn't delve like really far back.
Mm-hmm. I used to use the emulators and stuff to try and get to like the experience, but it's not quite the same as playing it on the console.
Exactly. So I think we gotta get that. You also like you've never owned a PlayStation.
No.
So like you have like all like the exclusive PlayStation owns that you've never played. So
I've played a few. I played Knack.
Oh yeah.
That one's sick.
That one's pretty dope, eh?
And I played a little bit of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but I'm pretty sure that one's
I think that one's
both.
I think so. I mean like God of War.
Yeah.
Or like The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ghost of Tsushima is a PS4 exclusive or PlayStation exclusive. Mm-hmm. There's like a few that like in that and like yeah, I think you gotta try them out. But yeah, I think one thing I forgot to mention too when it came to Mario Party is like I'm still really big in Mario Party, so I play with like a bunch of like Latino homies, and then I'm actually like it's like this like competitive little league that me and my 3 other buddies from high school have made, where we actually have like a trophy that we win, and we started off back in 2013.
Yeah,
and we would bounce between number 3 and number 2, and we were that for years. And then eventually, like just recently, and by recently I mean last year, we finally delved into like a more modern game. So we got into like a GameCube one, played that once, and then they came up with like Mario Party All-Stars or something like that on the Switch, which is like the remastered versions of the old game of like old maps. And that's one we've been playing for like that's just like now the staple place because it has like PS2 or like Mario Party 2, Mario Party 3, Mario Party maps, and like all the mini games are put in there.
Oh, let's go.
So we go hard now, and I have.
You're the trophy right now, right?
I don't. I was the champion, and then I didn't play one round, so they got an intern champion, and then we went up against each other last week, and he beat me, so he has it now, and he has 2 title reigns now. Me and my other buddy are tied for 3. TC has 0. He has yet to win the game. And then me and Kobe is the other one. That's like we would go back and forth. So I won the inaugural one, and then he won it, and then I won, and then I won it
twice in a row
again. And I held it for so long because we didn't play for a while. And then he won it, and then he went on his mission. So he held it, and like I think we're either tied or we're like within like a certain time period of which one has the longest like reign. And then we'd go back and forth, and then eventually Spenry won it. He won the interim one, and now he is the full-on champion.
Oh
so
my goodness,
it's wild. But
funny.
We go hard in Mario Party. But yeah, that's my list. That's your list, and that's our whole chat about video games. I hope you guys enjoyed our huge special edition driving, talking about video games. Like,
yeah.
I think it was like a perfect combination right there. We were able to fill out the time while talking about one of our favorite things, and we just pulled up to domestic arrivals waiting for our boy. We hope you guys enjoyed our random chat. This was definitely one of our favorite topics to talk about, so we hope you guys have fun, and we'd love to hear from you. If you guys want to leave comments and stuff, we're always down to talk about video games.
What's your favorite video game? Is it the Donkey Kong one where they have the DK rap, or
yeah, dude. We'll see. But yeah,
let's find out.
We'll see you guys next week with another random chat topic.
Yes.